Hi children, welcome to today's class. I think you are ready for the class. If you are not ready for the class, you have to ready for the class, take your textbook and all the materials and watch this video 3 times and understand it. After that, open your textbook and read many times today's portion and underline important points, then do given works. Okay, like that you have to go, then only you can study. Okay, I think all are happy. So take care. We can go to our class.
Hey children, today we can start a new lesson that is your geography third chapter Our Changing Earth. Our Changing Earth. The lithosphere is broken into number of plates known as lithospheric plates. Okay children, our last chapter we discussed and studied about the layers of the earth. That smallest layers and first layer of the earth is known as crust or lithosphere. So this crust is divided into two, that is oceanic and continental masses. Okay, like that it is divided into two. These continental masses broken into number of plates known as lithospheric plates. You will be surprised to know that these plates move around very slowly, just a few millimeters each year. This is because of the movement of the molten magma inside the earth. Last chapter we were studied about the second layer of the earth, that is mantle, full of magma. The molten magma inside the earth moves in circular manner. The movement of these plates causes changes on the surface of the earth. The earth movements are divided on the basis of the forces which cause them. The forces which act in the interior of the earth are called as endogenic forces, and the forces that work on the surface of the earth are called as exogenic forces. Children, the forces which act in the interior of the earth are called as endogenic forces, and the forces that work on the surface of the earth are called as exogenic forces. Children, look at the figure 3.1. Evolution of landforms. There is given earth movements into two, that is endogenic forces and exogenic forces. Endogenic forces also divided into two, that is sudden forces and dystrophic forces. Sudden forces, earthquakes and volcano and landslides. Dystrophic means slow movements, slow forces, that is building mountains. And exogenic forces, that is erosional and depositional, that is caused by river, wind, sea waves and glaciers. Children, earth movements divided into two, that is endogenic forces and exogenic forces. Endogenic forces which are act in the inside the earth, that is endogenic forces divided into two, that is sudden forces and dystrophic forces. That is sudden forces, already we know, that is earthquake and volcano and landslides. And dystrophic forces, that is buildings and building mountains. Okay, that is. Then exogenic forces, that is outside the earth what's happening, that is erosion and depositional, causes through river, wind, sea waves and glaciers. Endogenic forces sometimes produce sudden movements and at the other times produce slow movements. Sudden movements like earthquakes and volcano cause mass destruction over the surface of the earth. A volcano is a vent opening in the earth's crust through which molten material erupts suddenly. Look at the figure 3.2. A volcano. There is given magma chamber in the mantle. Then above that crust, and through that there is a small opening. Wind is given. Through that lava is coming outside, and above create there is given through that above opening it is coming gases and ashes also. So this is the picture of a volcano. So uh, this from the mantle there is magma chamber. Through that this lava, this magma is coming through crust, and when it is coming through vent, when it is reaching outside, it is known as lava. Okay, inside the mantle, this magma when coming through this vent and when it come through the its surface, that is known as lava. Similarly, when the lithosphere plates move, the surface of the earth vibrates. The vibrations can travel all around the earth. These vibrations are called earthquakes. The places in the crust where the movements start is called the focus. The place on the surface above the focus is called the epicenter. Vibrations travel outwards from the epicenter as waves. Greatest damage is usually closest to the epicenter and the strength of the earthquake decreases away from the center. Look at the figure 3.3, origin of an earthquake. There is given focus. This is where the earthquakes occurs. It is the origin of the seismic energy. Then there is given plates boundaries there, and then epicenter is given. Next, seismic waves radiates out in all directions. Do you know there are three types of earthquake waves: P waves or longitudinal waves, S waves or transverse waves, L waves or surface waves. Although earthquakes cannot be predicted, the impact can be minimized if we are prepared beforehand. Some common earthquakes predictions methods adopted locally by people include studying animal behavior. Fish in the ponds get agitated, snakes come to the surface. An earthquake is measured with a machine called a seismograph. The magnitude of the earthquake is measured on the Richter scale. An earthquake of 2.0 or less can be felt only a little. An earthquake over 5.0 can cause damage from things falling. A 6.0 or higher magnitude is considered very strong, and 7.0 is classified as major earthquake. Earthquake preparations. Where to take shelter during an earthquake? Safe spot: under a kitchen counter, table or desk, against an inside corner or a well. Stay away from fireplaces, areas around chimneys and windows, and mirrors and pictures frames. Be prepared. Spread awareness among us, your friends and family members, and face any disaster confidently. Okay, children, today we can wind up our class. So you have to do your works. This video you have to three times you have to watch, and after that you have to read and underline important points in your textbook, and do your works clearly. Okay, thank you to all. We can see next video.